Alright, shalom, 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 family. Alright, HOI Buffalo here. You know, to celebrate the day of Simon Maccabees, man. That's right. Alright. And we also will have a short lesson on unity. So let's give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High. Alright, salutations to the brothers and sisters that labor in this walk, you know, week in and week out, and enduring into the end. Alright. Without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. I am Dan Allah.
This is Brother 𝐉𝐄𝐄. It's your brother 𝐷eBar.
Brother 𝐉𝐄𝐄.
You got brother Key on the ones and twos.
Brother Key. Khan.
Alright, so
Without further ado. Yeah, who reading? Without further ado, man, we're gonna get right into it about this unity, right? Because you know, in these last days, we need to be unified. We need to be on one accord, right? We can't be lacking that unity when it comes to anything in these last days. You don't want to slip away from your family, your Israelite family, right? So my first precept, let me get the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 16, right? Because we got to be gathering ourselves together in these last days, right? We got to be unified, right? And the way we're going to do that is stand up on each other, man. Wake up, you call your brother, call your sister, man. You know, you never know what a certain someone is going through, right? So we got to, you know, keep each other uplifted in these last days because you never know what will go on. You got it, huh? Joel 2 and 16. Got it. Gotta bring it out.
Joel chapter 2, verse 16.
Bring it out.
And it reads, gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children,
right?
And those that suck the breast, let the bridegroom go forth.
Right. So those that suck the breast, let the bridegroom go forth, right? So, you know, everybody, you know, like the people that's weaker in this truth, right? You bring somebody new freshly in this truth, man, you gotta be on them, man. You know, you gotta show compassion and love to your brother and sister, especially when they're weak in this truth, right? We can't just be letting brothers walk their own walk, right? Just because they come to the camp with some fringes on, man, we gotta be checking up on that brother. Or we gotta be checking up on that sister, man, right? Knowing what that brother or sister has been through, we gotta put our foot forward, especially us leaders, us so-called leaders, you know, and seers, right? We gotta be looking over the weaker brothers, right? The brothers that we know dealing with something, or the brothers that's freshly in this truth. We gotta be on them, and not even just be on them, just show to let them know that we there for them, right? Y'all can call us about anything, right? Let me get the book of Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Bring that out. Let me get it out. Right? These is milk precepts for all of the you know, the newcomers and brothers coming to the truth. These classic precepts are the precepts that we need to you know, get us on one accord, right? Bring this up.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Gather yourselves together.
Say Khan.
If you got it right. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. My fault. Salakia, family. Salakia. Hey, get the book of Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. When everybody got it, say Khan. Alright, we're going to slow it up for y'all. Sorry, sisters. We just so used to moving. This how fat we move like that, I can't. Let me know when y'all got it. Say, "Cud."
Come, damn it.
Got it out? Nah, bring it up.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourself together.
What the Lord say?
Gather yourself together. Yeah, gather together, O nation, not desired.
So we're supposed to be gathering ourselves together. Why? Because we are the nation not desired, right? All the other nations, man, they don't desire us, right? So we got to be there for each other to keep each other strong. Because the nations don't give a dang, a good God, whatever about us, man, right? We got to be gathering ourselves together these last days, man, checking on one another, loving one another, right? Calling on each other and caring about each other's lives, man, right? Whatever somebody else got going on, man, we should be compassionate about that, right? We should be compassionate about what that sister or brother may be going through, right? The word of the Lord is real, right? So if we're not gathering ourselves together in these last days, you could potentially do something that's going to make the Most High God mad, right? Because all these other nations, they're against us. So why not do what the Most High said and gather ourselves together so that we can be walking on one accord with each other, right? When you fall, your brother there to pick you up, right? That's what we're here for, brothers and sisters, right? All of us, man. Listen, we should all be calling each other every single day. Sisters, y'all should be calling each other every day, man. Right? Y'all shouldn't be, y'all shouldn't be, distant from each other. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get sucked back into something that you ain't, that you don't want to do. You're going to get, I got to go to my cousin's house. Or whatever. We don't even really talk to each other. Well, I talk to a couple of brothers, but not everybody. A lot of brothers be, a lot of our brothers, they dealing with their lives and they don't really be in a group chat much. But we should be calling each other every single day, making sure, hey man, what's going on? We need to be around each other, right? That's love, right? That's what we need to be doing in these last days, y'all. Let me get the book of Galatians chapter 6, verse 2. Give me Galatians chapter 6, verse 2, right? Because we're supposed to be exhorting ourselves in these last days, right? You see a brother or sister going off, hey, just say it, go, pull them to the side, yo, brother, yo, hey man. I know what's going on, brother, right? We gotta get better in this, man, because guess what? The Most High see it. Right? So we got to be keeping each other on our toes in these last days, right? Let me get the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 2. Bring it out.
Y'all got to say, come. Galatians, chapter 6, verse 2.
Bring it out.
Bear ye one another's burden.
So we got to bear ye one another's burden, right? If somebody else is going through something, you should be going through that with that person, right? If somebody's going through a spirit where they don't want to stop eating pork, you should be going through that with them, right? You should be like, hey sister, come on brother, yo brother man, come on brother. Bible. You feel what I'm saying? Hey man, you can't stop eating pork. Come on brother man, we gotta fast off of that, man. Let's do a fast together, right? This is what we need to be doing these last days, right? We are brothers and sisters. We all in one. The whole world is against us, man, right? So who do we have? Who we gonna call? Auntie Susu, right? And listen to her advice. She ain't gonna give you the right advice. She gonna give you worldly advice, man. And it's not according to the Most High God, man. Keep going, King.
And so, fulfill the law of Hamashiach.
Right, so we gotta fulfill the law of Hamashiach, right? And guess what? Where did he get his law from? The Most High God, Yall, right? So we gotta fulfill that. Keep going now.
Verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing.
Let me get 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11.
That's a good point, though. Because I was hearing the brothers go over that in the Clubhouse app. You got brothers that sometimes believe themselves to be something when they are nothing. And we got to start examining ourselves. We got to watch out for brothers and sisters that when we have feast days, they like to exhort themselves. Oh, brother, you got my shoes on. Or, try to belittle another brother to make himself look higher than the rest of the brothers, man. Right. That's making yourself seem like something that you're not, man.
Right. Brothers, you still got that worldly mindset. Some new sisters come through the door. You want to try to put on like you the man. You know what I'm saying? I'm the man in this camp. I got all the precepts. You feel what I'm saying?
That's all.
The brothers that come through acting up, man. You know what I'm saying? But don't understand, man. Hey, man, we in this thing together, man. Right? This is we all one body. This is the Most High saying to us, man. We gotta stay on one accord because we all one body. This is love, right? It don't matter. Satan can play with your mind. We gotta understand. We can't let Satan play with our mind. Oh, the sister might be talking about me. Oh, this brother, man, he think he can teach better than me. Right? Always trying to correct me when I'm bringing it out. You feel what I'm saying? Satan can play with your mind. We got to understand that, man. Let me get that 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11. Bring it out. Y'all got to say con.
When everybody got to say con. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 11. We're going to go all the way to 14. Right? 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 13. Where Elijah at? Where Elijah? Elijah! Come here, Op. I told you, crack that Bible open. You in the veil. Oh, veil over there. I love you, babe.
My niece is in.
Yeah, y'all brothers, y'all should be. Y'all gotta listen to these precepts, man. It's not about playtime, right? Come sit down and hear these precepts, Elijah.
Nova, Sanaya, come on.
Come on, bring it up.
I want them to get this lesson.
Well, sisters, y'all can go to the Bible verse we just brought out. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 12 says, for as the body is one
and have many members,
Right.
and all the members of that one body, being many, are one, so also is Hamashiach.
Right, so just like we all in one body with Hamashiach, y'all all in the body of us, just like how he is in Hamashiach, right? We got to be all in one body. All the children should be on one accord, from the husbands, right, to the wives, to the children. We should all be in one mind, on one accord, right? Right? Everybody should be on one accord. Y'all should know what these precepts are. Y'all should know the milk precepts, right? We teach the wives, and the wives should teach the children, right? We got to be doing these things in the last days. How are children going to grow up in keeping the law, statutes, and commandments if we're not teaching them that, right? Come on, man. That was a good precept. Let me get that 1 Thessalonians, though.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11
Bring it out.
to 14. And it reads, Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another.
Hold on, it says comfort yourselves together. That's how you're going to find comfort when you're going through your stress and when you're going through your inner thoughts and your trials and tribulations, right? Bring that out from the top again now.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11.
Bring it out.
Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another.
And edify one another, right? We got to comfort ourselves with the scriptures and edify one another, right? That's what we need to be doing in these last days, man. Because guess what? If we don't comfort ourselves, where else are we going to go? We're going to go to the world for comfort. That's right. And that's contrary to the Most High God. Keep going,
Verse 11 still, edify one another, even as also ye do. Verse 12. And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you, and are over you in the Lord, and admonish you,
keep going.
and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, and be at peace among yourselves. Now ye extort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly.
So we got to warn them that are unruly. Keep going on.
Comfort the feeble mind.
So we got to comfort the feeble mind. What's the feeble mind? Somebody who can't make decisions on their own, right? You got to comfort them. And if you know that somebody's weaker in the spirit than you are, you got to help comfort them, man. The feeble mind, because they can't make a good decision like you can, right? They can't make a wise decision like you can. So you're supposed to be there to comfort the feeble mind. Keep going on.
Be patient towards all men.
And we're supposed to be patient towards all men because everybody has a different type of spirit that they're dealing with. So we have to be patient, man. A certain brother dealing with something, don't go down this throat. Sisters too. And don't just go down this throat. Damn, brother, you're going off, man. Blah, 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 man, blah, blah, blah. Man, no, don't come around us no more, man. You got to be patient with that brother because guess what? If you don't be patient, the Most High is sending that same spirit on you, man. Keep going, huh?
Yeah, to make sure it's correct. Support the weak. Be patient towards all men. See that none render evil for evil unto any man.
See, don't render evil for evil, right? Just because you did one evil, don't give up. Don't give up and just put on another evil, right? You got to stop that. Guess what? This is what we got to be exhorting each other, right? We got to be exhorting each other so that we won't take those extra steps, man. Because it's easy to just go off and do wicked, man. It's easy to do wicked. It's all around you. You turn to your left is wicked. You look up is wicked. You go right is wicked, right? You look down is wicked. But guess what? We are the body of Hamashiach H.O.I. We the ones that are going to keep each other in order. So we need to be reaching out to each other, right? That's what we need to be doing these last days, man. I said on that up. Let me get the book of Sirach, chapter 37, verse 12. Sirach, that's in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37 and verse 12, right? Let's get this real quick. You got the Apocrypha.
37, verse 12.
Yep. When everybody got it, say kind. If y'all write these precepts down, y'all.
You said it's what?
Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37 and verse 12 says. Right? Let me know whoever got it.
Sirach.
It's nice, but it's Ecclesiasticus.
Yeah,
Come. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37, verse 12. Bring it up.
Sirach, chapter 37, verse 12.
Bring it up.
Reads, but be continually with a godly man. Be continually with a godly man.
Be continually with a godly man or a godly woman, right? That's what you want to be around, right? You don't want to keep going off into hanging around your old friends when you was in the world, man, because they gonna get you to going off, right? You build your spirit up to that, right? But ain't nothing wrong with going to, check up on them here and there. Don't just be sitting around them, partaking in their folly with them, because it's gonna make you go off. It's gonna make you, hey man, you're gonna start going off into that old man that you used to be, right? Keep going on.
Salaki. Whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry.
Right. So just like that, man, we gotta be around brothers that's got the same mind and will sorrow with us when we miscarry, right? Because that's like when a woman she have a miscarriage. You know how sad she be? Who's there to comfort her, huh? Right? That's how we gotta be good towards each other, right? We gotta be compassionate towards one another and be understanding of what another brother or sister is going through, right? And we can't be holding these things in, right? We can't be holding stuff in, like, man, just going through something and you don't want to tell nobody about what you're going through. You gotta confess your faults, man. That's how you're gonna purge the demons off of you, right? Ooh. Got a question, Sister Gwen?
Yes. Where did we stop at on Thessalonians?
14.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Let me get the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 11.
I read 15 just in case too.
Let me get 1 John 4 and 11 now.
15 just in case?
Yeah.
Okay.
The book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 11. Let me know when y'all got it. When y'all got it, say, come. Okay, come. Let me get the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 11, right? Everybody got it, say, come. 1 John chapter 4, verse 11, right? Got it out? Let me know when you got it. When you got one. Everybody got it, say, come. Y'all got it? Come. All praises. Bring it out.
1 John chapter 4, verse 11.
Bring it out.
And it reads, Beloved, if God so loved us, we ought also to love one another.
Right? Keep going. Next one.
Verse 12. No man have seen God at any time.
Right?
If we love one another, God dwelleth in us.
You hear that? So if we love one another, if we love not just ourselves, did it just say if we just love ourselves, or it say one another? What did it say, y'all? Bring it back off from the top, man.
Verse 12.
Okay. 1 John chapter 4, verse 12.
Listen carefully.
1 John chapter 4, verse 12. No man hath seen God at any time.
Right?
If we love one another,
Right?
God dwelleth in us.
So if we love one another, right? I'm going to get it. If we love one another, not ourselves, because it's easy to love yourself, right? Anybody can love their own selves, but we got to love one another just like we love ourselves, man. Bring it back all again now. Verse 12.
1 John chapter 4, verse 12.
Listen up.
No man have seen God at any time. If we love one another,
Right?
God dwelleth in us.
Right. If we love one another, the Most High dwelleth in us, and that's what we want, man. Right? We want the Most High to dwell in us, right? So we can walk circumspect and know the Most High God is with us. Keep going on.
And His love is perfected in us.
And His love is perfected in us, y'all. Right? So we gotta love one another like we love ourselves, right? Let me get the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 9, the classic that we always bring out at the end, right? Bring it out, right? Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 9. When everybody got it, say, come. Right? Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 9. Yeah, Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9. All praise to the Most High. Come, Yashrala.
Come, Yashrala.
Let me know when you got it, guys. Got it? Bring it up.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9.
Bring it out.
Two are better than one.
What did it say,
Two are better than one.
Hey, what did it say, y'all? Two are better than one. Right? That's right. That's right, Lil Ak. Two are better than one. Why is two better than one? Right? Bring it out,
Because they have a good reward.
Because what?
Because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
See? And that's what we're for, y'all. When one fall, we lift up our fellow, right? One fall down to the ground, we gotta lift up our brother or sister, man, right? We gotta love us, we gotta love our sister like we love ourselves. We gotta love our brother like we love ourselves, right? These are the words of the Most High God. This is not our words, right? This is what the Most High God's saying, man. If we want to be prosperous, man, and walk how the Most High wants us, we got to be lifting each other up and loving one another like how we love ourselves, man. Keep going, huh?
But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he have not another to help him up.
You see that? Destruction to him that's alone. You can't walk this walk by yourself, man. Right? We can't do this alone, man. Because guess what? When you fall, it's over for you, right? Keep going.
Verse 10. Yeah. For he have not another to help him up.
Right.
Again, if two lie together, then they have heat.
See, if two lie together, then they have heat. Keep going, huh?
But how can one be warm alone?
Right. How can one be warm alone? Right? How? How you gonna be warm without your brother, man? How you gonna be hot in this truth on fire and you ain't got your brothers there to lift you up, huh?
Come on.
How you gonna do that? You can't do that, man. You need your brother or your sister on your side, right? And guess what? Your worldly brother or sister ain't in this truth, so they don't really mean as much as we are, right? Us that's keeping the commandments. Yes, you love them, but guess what? The Most High sent us together. We are really brothers and sisters. We the family of the Most High God, right? We are the family of H.O.I, right? This is my brother right here, right? This is my brother right here, right? These is my brothers. I'm gonna jump for them before I jump for my own family. That's just what it is, right? That's where my mind. That's where the Most High brought me to, right? You feel me? And I always get threatened and stuff by my own family. They talk about me. You know, you care about them. You in a cult. We in a cult. All we doing is keeping the commandments of the Lord, right? You in the cult. You don't even talk to your own family no more. Well, it is what it is. I come and see y'all and check on y'all, love y'all too. But this is my family. The Lord is. I read the Bible, and the Bible said the people who keep the commandments, those are your brothers. Those are your sisters, right? Keep going, huh?
Verse 12. And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
Right. So if somebody come up against me, I ain't by myself, man. I got my brothers with me, man. I'm not alone. Right? Somebody come up against me trying to strike me, my brother right there to come clean him up. Right? Come on, man. We gotta step everything together, man, right? We love each other, man, right? All praise to H.O.I, man. Right? Y'all got that, sisters? Y'all got that down? All praise to the Most High, man. What you want to go into next, huh?
Let's go into the book of Philippians, chapter 1, verse 27.
You got it, D-Shay? Philippians chapter 2, verse 2?
And somebody get Philippians chapter 1, verse 27. So we're in the book of Philippians. We're in Philippians 1 and 27. Everybody get this, say come.
The book of Philippians chapter 1 verse 27.
Bring it out.
Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Christ.
So we got to put our old man down. We can't come into this truth gossiping, being busybodies, talking about brothers and sisters behind their back. You know, we got to love each other as Christ loved the church, man. Read on.
That whenever I come and see you, or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs.
So the Most High is recording all of this, man. The Most High know when you gossiping about a brother or a sister. The Most High know when you being sneaky or conniving. The Most High is recording everything. And it's a test.
Right.
Because you come into this thing, you say you a servant of the Lord, X, Y, Z, and the Most High testing you, man. Right? We got to get it together. If we going to be the body of Yahweh, we got to do it all the way fully, man. We can't half step in this thing no more, man. We at the end of this thing now.
Right.
You got a question?
Philippians 2 and 2?
Yeah.
Oh, right now we in Philippians chapter 1, verse 27.
Yeah. And the next one is 2, chapter 2, verse 2.
Yeah, we got Philippians 1 and 27, and then I told him to grab Philippians 2 and 2. All right, well, you know, that's how we gonna do it. So right now we're dealing with Philippians 1 and 27. Go ahead.
Philippians chapter 1, verse 27.
Bring it out.
Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of HOI Christ, that whether I come and see you or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs, that ye stand in one spirit with one mind.
So they said,
that ye stand fast in one spirit.
So we gotta stand fast in one spirit, man. We can't be this way 1 minute, then the next way. The next minute we want to be in the scriptures, then the next minute we want to act like we in the street again. The Most High said that ye be stand fast in one spirit. We got to be the same way all the way around the board. We can't just be one way when people come around, and then when ain't nobody looking, we be in something else. The Most High is recorded, and He noticed all things. So we got to stay in one spirit, man. Read on.
In one spirit, with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel.
So we got to strive what up?
Striving together.
Nah, He ain't say do it alone. So why do we have individual lives? Right. The Most High said strive together. That means that goes back to that Zephaniah 2 and 1.
That's right.
Gather thyself together, O nation not desired.
Right.
The Most High says strive together. So we can't walk this walk alone.
Right.
And it ain't going to be an easy one either.
That's right.
Ain't nobody say that once you start serving the Lord that everything was going to be walking the park. Right, man. Hey, man, things going to get tougher. Because the Most High going to test you with temptation, man. Right. So it's important that we communicate. It's important that we stay in touch with each other. Read on.
Ye stand fast in one spirit, with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel.
Right, go to Philippians 2 and 2.
This is the book. Oh, yeah, let me get it.
Okay, come on. Come here, Jeremiah. 2 and 2.
The book of Philippians chapter 2, verse 2.
Bring it out.
Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory.
Let
nothing be done through strife or vainglory.
The Most High said, let nothing be done through strife and in vainglory, man. So we ain't coming in here trying to outshine one another, man. We coming in here to humble ourselves down and to love one another as we love ourselves, man. Read on.
But in loneliness of mind, let each esteem each other better than themselves.
So we got to esteem each other better than ourselves, man. The whole object is to make your brother look good, man.
That's right.
Because you don't get that in the world, man. In the world, what do? They make each other look bad. Everybody want to be the man. Can't nobody outshine you in the world. Right. Nah, he ain't. I got more paper than him, man. He's still wearing the same sneakers he had on last 2 or 3 weeks ago. Right. Around here, in the truth, you got to be like, yo, my brother quick with the precepts, man. Yo, you see how that brother growing in the spirit? Hey, man, I love when that brother come around, man. That's right. You know, we got to love each other. We can't have the same attitude that we had when we was carrying ourselves out in this society, man. That's right. And here we are, Israel, man. Out there, that's America, man. Right? Read on.
Bring it out.
Verse 4. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. Let the mind be in you, which was in also HOI Christ.
So our minds got to be like HOI, man.
Right.
We got to be just like Christ. We got to carry ourselves. Hey, man, we got to do it to the best of our ability.
That's right.
No.
Right? Give me 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8.
You ain't up here to listen. Go sit down.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. I ain't gonna lie, that's what he said. Bring that up.
What you going to now?
Bring out our verse 8. Well, he about to bring out something.
Revelations chapter 3, verse 16.
Bring it out.
So then, because thou art lukewarm, neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
So the Most High said, hey man, if you're going to be lukewarm in this thing, guess what? He going to spew you out. He said he'd rather you be hot or cold. Just let the Lord know what it is. Either you going to ride and be his servant, or you out there in this society being a law-abiding citizen, man. And you just going to go with the government, do what the government tell you to do, man. Don't be trying to act like you in this truth, and then, you know, when brothers ain't around, you trying to be something else, man. You got to be stand fast in this thing, man. The Most High ain't dealing with that, man. All right? Give me what you got, King.
What was it? Verse 8. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. Finally, be all of one mind.
So be all of what?
Be all of one mind.
Be everywhere.
Be all of one mind.
Don't come together.
Be all of one mind.
Hey, the scripture said to be all of one mind, man. We supposed to be able to know each other like the back of our hands, man. We supposed to, hey, kind of feel and look at a brother and not even speak to him and know that he's going through something. Just look at him and be like, oh, hey, brother, is everything all right, man? You're supposed to be able to read your brothers and sisters like that, man. Right? Because it's going to come a time where some of us may get cast into prison, man. And we're going to have to, you know, communicate differently, man. We're going to be able to tell when a brother or sister going through something without even talking to them, man. Right? Read on.
Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another.
Having what?
Having compassion one of another.
Having hatred.
Having compassion one of another.
Gossiping.
Having compassion one of another.
We gotta have patience, man. We gotta have compassion for one another, man.
Right.
We gotta love. Hey, man, when you see a brother or a sister going through something, don't just sit there and talk about that brother, man. Try and lift that brother up, man. You may know a brother or sister that's going through something right now. Right. But don't sit up there and try to bash the brother in front of everybody. Right. You know, don't go and talk about the brother business to everybody that you know. Right. You try to lift that brother up, man. Right. Really be a brother or a sister in these last days, man. Right? We don't.
Brethren, being compassionate one of another. Right. Love as brethren.
Shalom, DJ. How you doing, brother? All right. Good to see you, man. Go ahead.
Compassionate one of another. Love as brethren.
He said love as brethren. We gotta love each other, man. It didn't say hate each other. It said love each other. Part of loving each other is keeping each other balanced in this truth, man. Right. Making sure that your brothers and sisters is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Right. Right? That's and another part of it is when your brother going through a struggle, pick the brother up. Even, hey, the brother may have a family and be struggling. Don't judge that brother and say he's a broke dude or X, Y, Z. No, man. Make sure you give him what you can give him, man. Because guess what? The Most High gonna repay you double, man. You know? Read on.
Being pitiful. Be courteous.
Be courteous, man. Sometimes you ain't even gotta, you know when a brother going through something, man. He shouldn't have to come out his mouth and say, hey, you think I can borrow $50, man? If you see your brother going through a situation, a tight squeeze, you should just offer it to him, man. You say, yo, look, bro, come holler at me on the side. Hey, man, I see you kind of going through something. Here's $50, man. You don't got to give me that back. That's between me, you, and the Lord, man. Right? Read on.
And the term pitiful means strong bonds. So be of strong bonds and be courteous to one another.
Man. See that? We got to have a strong bond in these last days, man. That's the only way the Most High going to overturn our captivity. That's what he waiting on. He wants us to have a strong bond. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be certain brothers that's going to be tight with certain brothers. That's just how the spirit works. But at the end of the day, we all got to examine ourselves and look at ourselves as brothers and sisters. Come, brother Nathaniel, want to see you. Shalom, King. Shut up, Give me,
Oh, by Shem Yahushua, write
give me
it
the book
down.
of
Nice to see you.
Colossians, chapter 3, verse 14. And then I'm going to let the brother, 𝐤𤄎𝐼, but Malachi, go into the first Maccabees, chapter 13th chapter. And brother Keith. Huh? We at Colossians chapter 3, verse 14. You got it? Anybody got it? Colossians 3, 14.
What is it?
Come.
I got it if you need it. Bring it up.
You got it? Bring it out, King.
It's the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 14. And above all things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfecting. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to the which ye are called in one body.
In what?
To the which also ye are called in one body.
Hey, man, so we got to protect each other with our lives, man. We ain't supposed to let our brother Malachi get touched, man. Hey, we all one body, man. You touch him, you touch me, man. You do something to my brothers, then you doing something to me, man. That's how we supposed to think in these last days. And that goes for the sisters too, man. You know, you sisters can't let each other fall off, man. Y'all got to look at each other as y'all one body. If one sister out there having a conversation with a sister, hey, man, things may break out. All hell may break loose, man. Let's just say a brawl do break loose. Hey, man, you sisters got to hold it down, man.
Come on.
We all one body. That's just how it goes. Ain't no such thing as a fair fight. You know? Read on.
And be ye thankful. Let the word of Yahushua Christ dwell in you richly.
And be thankful, man. Why are we thankful? We thankful because of what, man? The Most High removed all the negative people out of our life and replaced positive people with us, man. Hey, we may have lost brothers and sisters in this world because they ain't want to hear this truth. But guess what? The Most High gave us, we gained brothers and sisters coming into this truth. You running into people in the grocery store with fringes on, and sisters with dresses and hair wraps on, and they become your family, man. You know, and you ain't worried about what you use, where you came from, right? Because the Most High replaced your brothers and sisters in this truth, man. Like you was bringing out, man. Who are your brothers and sisters in your family? The ones that's walking in this truth, man.
That's right.
Hey, man, it's a difference between having family and having relatives, man. I'm related to the people that my bloodline is attached to, but my family is the ones that's walking in this word with me, man. Right? Read on.
Let the word of Yahushua Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom.
Hey, because the word gonna dwell in you rich and with all wisdom, man. And the fear of the Lord, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord, man. So you gotta fear the Lord, right? And then you're gonna get this wisdom. But in order to gain wisdom, you gotta understand that I need to have unity, man. I can't just walk this walk alone. You can't be an angel by yourself surrounded by demons. Ain't gonna work, man. I gotta get around like-minded brothers and sisters so we can fight this fight, man. And that's why the Most High is gathering his elect, man. If you look around, hey, we got brothers in California. How many trips? We done been all over the place, man. We done been in Chicago, Atlanta, Detroit. You know, we've been traveling, and the Lord is showing, look, I got brothers and sisters for you wherever you go, man, on the four corners of the earth. We can even leave this country and have brothers and sisters in a whole other country, man, waiting for us, man. You see that? The Most High is strong and powerful, man, and the day of the Lord is near, man. So with that, I'm going to stand down and let the next powerful teachers come up. Oh, you got a precept?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Off of the one body, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4, and it says, "There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling."
Bring it down,
Oh, man, shoot. Just like he just said, you know, the women, just like if y'all was to get out on a fight, regardless, you know, you are part of the body of HOI. Even if the men is going out you know, to the highways and byways and actually delivering the word to the masses, you are still part of the body, because we still need the women to organize with the kids, sit down and make plans for food, or make sure that we prepare for high holy days before, because we thinking about camp, we making sure people are in order, we making sure the camp look right. We got so much to think about that when high holy days come, we not thinking about the orders of the high holy day. So everybody plays a position that deals with the body of HOI. You know what I mean? And then it says in one spirit. So we got to move in one spirit. That means the same doctrine. HOI Buffalo has the same doctrine from beginning to end. You feel me? When high holy days come, we got brothers that's going to bring out, you know, deeper methods on this feast right now. You know what I mean? And what we do is we come together as one body and one spirit to be like, yo, we need to get understanding on this, but we're going to start this segment and then we're going to do that. As a body, we have to make sure that everybody from the kids and up, we all have the same agreement onto what the word is saying. You feel me? And then it says, even as ye are called in one hope. You know, our hope of not seeing is the hope of Hamashiach Yahushua. So for us to be worthy is us doing the work as the family. Us cleaving onto our men and our women by telling them, yo, you're not black, you're not a nigga no more. You're not no hoe, you're not no B. You are the daughters of Zion. And we are the kings of the Most High. And we have to move as a body. So if anybody in here got a belief that rocks is going to get you closer to God, you're going to make Israel fall, because we're the reason why we're still in this situation, because we have a whole stronger than another belief. We don't move as one body. We don't move as one spirit. We don't keep the high holy days as one spirit. We just believe you can just live how you want to live. So for us to get in these scriptures, it's supposed to make everybody as a team. You don't get in a huddle and scream, I'm the running back, give me the play. You as the quarterback, you're supposed to give the play what the coach had said for us to win or us to get a touchdown. So our plan as men is to teach these scriptures to let you know that our play is the law, statutes, and commandments. Our play is the light. So everybody in this household, everybody watching on the videos, need to know that we have to walk towards the light, and the light is the law, statutes, and commandments. That so put your spot on that you're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, so that you can prove yourself to be worthy, to be one body and one spirit.
All right, so with that, we're going to step down and pass it to the younger brothers. Hey, mighty brothers too, man. They're going to go right into the first Maccabees, the 13th chapter. That's what today is, man. Right? And they're going to kind of break this thing down. So, Kwam Yasha Allah.
Make sure y'all taking these notes, because this is beautiful,
Matt.
man.
That's you, bro. I just want to read, bro. I just want to read, bro.
We're going to read from
Yo, Keith, we're the readers.
Go ahead, huh?
You can get over there, bro.
No, they not.
That's because you might know the history more than me, bro. I got some precepts on that.
You good?
Let me get your ready.
Shit, first Maccabees what?
chapter 13.
Go ahead, 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐄, break it.
We all
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have some precepts from reading. You gonna make me want to be on fire. Come on.
So when everybody get First Maccabees chapter 13, say Khan.
God.
So we get into the story of the Maccabees, man. How the mighty King Simon, he rebelled against the other nations, and with the help and the spirit of Yahweh Yahushua, he was able to triumph, man. And tonight we celebrate that high holy day as a memorial, man. Like the scriptures say, remember the times of old. Let me get that real quick, man. Remember the times of old, and we did rehearse the righteous acts.
Remember the days of old?
Let me get that.
Deuteronomy 32:7.
Bring that out real quick.
I got you.
So when is it? First Maccabees 13?
I got it.
13th chapter.
13.
13th chapter.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. It says, remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
So the scripture said, man, remember the days of old, man. So today, as we gather here together as a mighty family, growing in this truth, we remember the days of old, man. The days of the powerful, mighty men of the Lord, the Judas Maccabees, man. Come on. And then bring that out again, King. Bottom half.
Oh, you want verse 8 or the bottom half?
We just say the first part.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 7. It says, remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, and thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Come on, so this is the perfect time for y'all to get this edification. And if y'all got some questions, go ahead and ask some questions along the way. And that's what we out here for. So go ahead, King, with your next precept.
Sirach chapter 39, verse 1, it says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in the prophecies.
Come on, so we occupying in the prophecies. Right now we fulfilling prophecy, because 𝐤𝐄𝐄 we waking up, and we got to rehearse these righteous acts for the Most High. Yes, Sister Boy.
It was, Sirach 39 and 1. 39 and 1.
Bring it up.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4.
Bring it up.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
He said whatever was written before was for our learning. So we're going to take this day in observation in the memorial, man.
Right.
Right? So let me get Amos chapter 3 real quick, man. From the top. Amos chapter 3. When everybody there say Khan. Khan.
You just had 3, right?
Yep. Amos chapter 3, verse 1.
Bring it up.
You got it first.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. When y'all got it, say Khan. Alright, Amos chapter 3, verse 1, and it reads, hear this word that Yahweh hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Can two walk together? Wait. Yeah, if two can walk together except they be agreed.
So he said, us of all the families of the earth, he chose the Israelites, man. So that's why we got to stand up and do this thing and keep these law, statutes, and commandments and the ordinance that the Most High gave us. Because this is our wisdom and our sight in the nations, and it's to let the Most High know that we prepare for the coming of his kingdom. Right? Let me get Amos chapter 3, verse 7.
Verse
7. Yeah. No, Amos chapter 3, verse 6.
Amos chapter 3, verse 6.
Bring it out.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
So yet we this day in our captivity, man, because the Lord done it, man. The evil of our people, the wickedness of our people dying in our sins, that's the Most High doing that for us to desire ourselves as a reproach. So we're going to take in remembrance of all the things that the Most High told us to do to let him know that we prepared. Right? Come on.
Verse 7. Surely Yahweh God will do nothing.
He going to do what?
He will do nothing. But he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
Revealing his secrets unto his servants. The servants is the men, women, and children keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. Then he's going to reveal to us these prophecies and how to walk accordingly. Just as he did through Simon and the Maccabees, man. He showed Simon many things and gave him many wisdom and gave him much wisdom to maneuver amongst the heathen, to help him triumph. And that's what we're trying to get at today. So we remember the days of old, and we understand that the Most High is dealing with us and that we are a vessel, and we got to use our body as a living sacrifice.
Verse 8. The lion have roared. Who will not fear? Yahweh power have spoken. Who can but prophesy? Published in the palace at Ashdod.
So like you bring that back from the talking.
Okay. Amos chapter 3 verse 8. The lion have roared. Who will not fear?
See, we like lions, man. The house of Israel is like lions. And when he revealed to us these secrets and these prophecies, and we get out in these streets, who gonna be afraid of us, man? That's a rhetorical question that the Most High is imposing. He said, if a lion roared, that's like the Most High God talking. Like I said, he using us as a vessel, so we delivering the message and we doing the work of the Most High God. These other nations won't be afraid of us when we do this work, man. We can become like a lion, man. Right?
Verse 9. Published in the palace at Ashdod, and in the palace in the land of Egypt, and say, assemble yourselves upon the mountains of Samaria.
That was it on that, King. Let me get we're gonna get right into it. Let's get Maccabees, the 13th chapter. Get this understanding.
Bring that up.
The 13th chapter, man.
Bring that up.
First Maccabees, this is the Apocrypha. Somebody get a sister Apocrypha.
Yeah, I got
Apocrypha.
I'm about to say,
Okay, the Apocrypha, right? It means lost, stolen.
Got it in there.
Yeah, see?
The 1611.
1611 King James Version.
They got it in there. They took it out the Bible.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it was a time that he done removed 16 books out the Bible.
Right.
it was 3 or what did you say?
So we get the 1611 edition of the Bible for understanding, because the 1611 edition of the KJV Bible, it has the complete manuscript. You won't have those books missing, right? You won't get it as an individual. You will see it as a whole Bible. That's how we know that we got to keep the order and the audience that the Most High gave us, right? So let me get back to First Maccabees chapter 13. Bring it up, okay?
Bring it out.
This is the book of First Maccabees chapter 13 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Now when Simon heard that Tryphon had gathered together a great host to invade the land of Judea and destroy it, and saw that the people was in great trembling and fear, he went up to Jerusalem and gathered the people together.
So Simon, man, he was a brother of a great king of Israel, of the nation of Israel during this time, and he ruled, man. Right? And when Simon heard that Thawadah, right, had gathered to invade the Israelites, man, the people started weeping, man. So he went out into the middle of them to gather themselves to talk to them, man, to get them, put that spirit back on them. Like, don't you guys spit these heathens, man, right?
Verse 3. And gave them exhortation, saying,
He gave them what?
exhortation.
He exhorted them. Like the brothers were just bringing up before, that we got to exhort one another in these last days, man. Just the way that Simon went and exhorted the other Israelites to not be scared of the invading enemy of Thawadah, right?
Saying, ye yourselves know what great things I and my brethren and my father's house have done for the laws and the sanctuary, the battles also and troubles which we have seen. By verse 4, by reason whereof all my brethren are slain for Israel's sake, and I am left alone.
So the Israelites was getting slain back and forth, man. And Simon, he was one of the last leaders to be there. He like, man, I'm left alone, man. Ain't that many righteous leaders, man. Right? But we gonna get a little understanding of who Simon was, or who Thawadah was, this other enemy, man, against Israel during this time.
No, that's not.
Bring that over, real quick, King.
I need a cup.
Oh, you need a cup?
So to talk about Tryphon, was a king of the Hellenistic Seleucid Empire, initially official under King Alexander.
Right.
He led a revolt against Alexander's successors, Demetrius II, in 114 BC.
Right.
He rapidly gained control of the most of Assyria and Levant. At first, he acted as regret and tutor for Alexander's infant son,
right,
Antiochus V. But after the death of his charge in 140 to 141 BC, Theodotus Salaki declared himself king. He took the royal name Triumph.
Right, so he's a Hellenized Greek, man, and he rose to power through Alexander when he came to conquer us, man. Right? In what was it, 444 BC? Tryphon. So he was just a man. He was a heathen that that was gaining control, and he was plotting against the Israelites, man. Right? Okay.
Verse 4 again. By reason whereof all my brethren are slain for Israel's sake, and I am left alone.
Go ahead, King.
Now this going into how he say his brethren died for Israel. This is John chapter 15 and verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
He said what?
Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
So greater no love than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends, man. So King Simon was willing to lay down his life for the whole nation of Israel, man. Each one of our brothers, we come up, like we were just bringing up before, we willing to lay our lives down for each other, man. The sisters, us as a whole family, for the children, right, for our elders, for the whole nation of Israel that's been building on 4 corners of the earth, we got to lay down our lives for each other, man. We got to be able to exhort one another in these troubling times, as Jacob's trouble is coming over us, man, as we've been enduring in these last days, right?
And this is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 16. Hereby perceive we the love of the Most High, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren.
Come on, man. So Christ laid down his life for us, man. We got to lay down our life for the Most High God, man. Present our bodies as a living sacrifice, man. Like the mighty King Simon did, man. Right? Keep going, King. Yeah.
This is verse 5 in 1 Maccabees chapter 13. Now therefore be it far from me that I should spare my own life in any time of trouble, for I am no better than my brethren.
So Simon said, he said, put that far from me, man. I'm no better than my brother, man. Because he knew that he couldn't do nothing by himself, man. The nation of Israel wasn't built off from one man, man. Right? It took many glorious men to do this work, man. Many men that the Most High found pleasant, that was doing the work of the Most High God, man, to keep the nation of Israel going on to this day, so we got a chance to live again, man. Raise up that nation, man. Right?
This is verse 5. Now therefore be it far from me, Salaki, verse 6. Doubtless I will avenge my nation and the sanctuary and our wives and our children, for all the heathen are gathered to destroy us of very malice.
So man, Simon had that spirit on him. That he heard that Tryphon was coming to take him out, man. He was like, man, I'm about to avenge all my brothers, my sisters, all the children, right? All the innocent men, women, and children that died, right? Or that may die when he tried to come and conquer us. Right. And we gotta have that same mindset today, man.
Real quick, the Tryphon, he was a Greek, man.
Right, God, we were just bringing right.
There's an Edomite.
From the what was that? King Alexander's son.
He was one of the ones that he was the one that King Alexander gave some of his his power to
So yeah, like
and this is a precept in the book of Nehemiah, chapter 4, and I'm going to start from verse 13. Therefore set I in the lower places behind the wall, and on the higher places I even set the people after their families with their swords, their spears, and their bows. And this is the point, verse 14. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons, and your daughters, and your wives, and your house.
And this is how we do that fight, man. We constantly adore, we keep these law, statutes, and commandments. We go out and teach, we gather ourselves, we exhort one another. Right? This is the conditions, this is the way that we do this thing, man. This is how Israel rises, this is how Israel stay together, man. Right?
Verse 7 in the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 13.
Bring it out.
Now as soon as the people heard these words, their spirit revived. Verse 8.
He said, hold on. He said they what?
Their spirits revive.
So we go out here and we teach, man. We giving all these brothers and sisters and these children a reviving spirit, man. As soon as you hear this truth and you doing this work, you automatically should have a reviving spirit. You should be rejuvenated when you're doing this work, man. Because you know that you avenging all your forefathers, the mothers, the children, right? All our women wombs that got ripped out of the stomach, the innocent babies fed to gators, right? That we doing it righteously, thus say the Most High God, man. Because vengeance is the Lord, man. Ain't no greater thing than that, to know that we gonna get what we deserve by being patient, man. Right? And enduring in this walk.
It's a precept in the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 15 and verse 7. So the same thing Simon did, he got that from his brother Judas with the exhortation. So this is verse 7 in the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 15. But Maccabees had ever sure confidence that the Lord would help him. Wherefore he exhorted his people not to fear the coming of the heathen against them, but to remember the help which in former times they had received from heaven, and now to expect the victory and aid which shall come unto them from the Almighty. Verse 9. And so comforting them out of the law and the prophets, and withal putting them in mind of the battles that they won of war, he made them more cheerful. And when he had stirred up their minds, he gave them charge, showing them that therewith was the falsehood of the heathen and the breach of the oath. Verse 11. Verse 11. Thus he armed every one of them, not so much with the defense of shields and spears, as with comfortable and good words. And besides that, he told them a dream worthy to be believed.
Come on, man. So this is like the scriptures say that when we surrender to our Lord, man, he's going to be our buckler and shield. Right? So we don't have to fight those battles. You got to give those battles to the Most High God, man. Right? We're going to go back to Maccabees 13. Verse 8.
Bring it out.
And they answered with a loud voice, saying, Thou shalt be our leader, instead of Judas and Jonathan thy brother.
So that all the nation of Israel seen the courage that Simon had, man, and how influential he was into his brothers, man. How he was able to exhort and strengthen them, man, through his words, man, like the brother just brought up before. So they say, you know what? We want Simon to be our leader, man. Your brother Jonathan, he's going off, man. He's doing this thing, and he's going to leave Israel. He's going to leave Israel down, man.
He wasn't going on.
Hold on.
He was captured. He was being held.
But according to the scripture, he was when he had old diaper, right? He owed him. He didn't hold up his end, right? But as a man of the Lord, you gotta hold up your end, man.
That's what they said. That was a cap.
Well, I mean, he died too. So that was the will of the Most High God too. So you know what I mean?
Precept. Sirach chapter 4 and verse 7. So Maccabees got love from the congregation. They wanted him to be a leader. So this Sirach chapter 4 and verse 7. Get thyself the love of the congregation, and bow thy head to a great man.
Excuse me.
Come on, man. That's what the nation of Israel did. They said, King Simon, you're going to be here to lead us for many years. You're going to be here to keep us in rulership. You're not going to let these heathens come and conquer us, right? And you're going to keep us in spirit and in truth. So keep going, King.
It's verse 9 in the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 13. Fight thou our battles, and whatsoever thou commandest us, that will we do. Verse 10. So then he gathered together all the men of war and made haste to finish the walls of Jerusalem, and he fortified it round about.
So King Simon was smart, man. So he gathered all the nation of Israel. He made haste. He did it quickly. He gathered their defenses, and he built the walls around Jerusalem, man.
Bring it out.
Real quick, if I can add. Because when you go into war, only an idiot will just go out there and just start,
Right, with no wisdom.
throwing swords or whatever.
Right.
You got to go out there and strategize.
It's like a game of chess.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to put the king in checkmate, man. You got to know how to take a whole nation out, man. Right? You're not dealing with simple things. You just go out and just lose your head in the middle of the battle. You got men, women, and children, man. Simon was a wise man, man. Right? Come on, there, King.
What verse was he on?
Verse
9. Verse 10.
10.
Bring it out.
1 Maccabees chapter 13, verse 10.
Bring it out.
So then he gathered together all the men of war,
Right.
and made haste to finish the walls of Jerusalem, and he fortified it around about.
Right.
Also he sent Jonathan
the son of Absalom, and with him a great power, to Japheth, who casting out them that were therein remained there in it. So Tryphon removed from
Ptolemais
with a great power to invade the land of Judea, and Jonathan was with him in war.
So man, so Tryphon removed from Ptolemais with a great power to invade the land of Judah, man. So he was removed, man. He was trying to go out there, and Jonathan was with him in war. So
bring it out.
Khan. Right? So verse 13.
Verse 13. Now when Tryphon knew that Simon was rising up instead.
Skip
13.
Salaki. Verse 13. But Simon pitched his tent at
Adida.
I guess that's the Adida back in that time. Adida over against the plain. Now when Tryphon knew that Simon was risen up instead of his brother Jonathan, and meant to join battle with him, he sent messengers unto him, saying.
So verse 13 is Simon was so smart, man. He knew that Tryphon was going to try to invade Israel, man. So he set up on plains amongst the walls of Israel, man, waiting to watch him invade the land with that wisdom, right? So when Tryphon heard of this, man, he knew that it was another leader. He said, man, this is not his brother Jonathan. We got Simon here, man. Right? So now things changed, man, because he didn't deal with Jonathan the same way that he dealt with Simon, man. And the same outcome may not happen with Simon that he had how he was dealing with Jonathan, right?
Bring it up.
Verse 15. Whereas we have Jonathan thy brother in hold, it is for money that he is owing unto the king's treasure.
Was what?
That he is owing unto the king's treasure.
So Jonathan, man, he was out, he was doing stuff, not being a modest man. He was owing to the other kings, man. Right? Because the Most High God said, when you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, he gonna make you plenteous, man. Right? So he was going off, man. He was doing his own thing.
I ain't gonna say he was going off.
He was just, they were saying he owed them because he was a, the Edomites, they some deceivers, man. They were saying he owed them money. Yeah, so it was really just kind of like a lie.
There's probably taxing him on top.
Yeah, they was taxing him. They was taxing him.
They don't take cash. Yeah, they don't take the card. You gotta go there and do the card. He didn't tell me that was wrong.
You said they only take card?
They don't take cash.
Cash, they don't take
But
cash.
they take card unless you pick it up. How much is it?
Can they call card on the phone?
Yeah, take the phone. Take the phone.
113. They don't take card unless you pick it up.
Cash app you. Cash app you. The money ain't catching.
You got cash? I got it.
All right, come on. Keep going.
Salaki. Concerning the business that was committed unto him. Verse 16. Wherefore now send 100 talents of silver and 2 of his sons for hostages, that when he is at liberty, he may not revoke.
So Tryphon was like, man, I'm not releasing your brother. You got to send me 200 pieces of silver and his son, so I know that he ain't just going to get out and do his own thing, man. Right?
From us, and we will let him go. Hereupon Simon, albeit he perceived that they spake deceitfully unto him, yet sent he the money and the children, lest pre-adventure he should procure to himself great hatred of the people.
So Simon knew that he was lying, man. He felt the deceitfulness in him, man. He had already premeditated that, man. The Most High had put that on the spirit to let him know that these Edomites was going off, man. They was lying to him, man. Right? But the Most High was still maneuvering through Simon, and he had to know what to do, man. Right?
Who might have said, because I sent him, not the money and the children, therefore is Jonathan dead.
So Simon was, man, he feared for his brother's life, man. He said, dang, what do I do, man? If I don't send him this money, man, my brother and my nephews gonna die, man, by the hand of the enemy, man, right?
So he sent them the children in 100 talents, howbeit Typhon dissembled, neither would he let Jonathan go.
So that same spirit that he put on him, man, he was right, man. Typhon didn't let his brother Jonathan go, man. Right? He still held him captive after he agreed to him something 100 pieces of silver and gave him 2 of his sons back, 2 of his nephews, man. Right?
Verse 20. And after this came Typhon to invade the land and destroy it, going around about by the way that leadeth unto Adorah. But Simon and his host marched against him in every place, wheresoever he went.
Right, so in verse 11, man, Jonathan, he made peace with other kings, man. Right, he sent them a crown and a gold a crown and a velvet scarlet, man. I mean a robe. Right, and they accepted this peace offering, and they said they was going to march with Jonathan in war, man. He was going to be his allies, man. Right.
What was that verse was going to tell him lying about he was going to get him back when he got to bury the kids?
That was verse 17.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter verse 26 and verse 24. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation.
And then the whole nation of Israel was able to see his deceit, man. Because they all knew that he was still going to come, man. Right? Because the wise king Simon, the Most High put that spirit on him, and he gave him that wisdom, and he was able to deal accordingly, man. Right? But stay tuned.
So I can, verse 17? No, we have verse 20. I'll bring verse 19 back out. And he sent to them the children of the 100 talents, howbeit Typhon dissembled, neither would he let Jonathan go. And after this came Typhon to invade the land and destroy it, going around about by the way that leadeth into Adorah. But Simon and his host marched against him in every place, wheresoever he went. Now they that were in the towers sent messengers unto Typhon, to the end that he should hasten his coming unto them by the wilderness and send them victuals. Wherefore Typhon made ready all his horsemen to come that night. Right. But there fell a very great snow.
So Typhon, man, that same deceit, man. Typhon was like, man, I'm finna go kill all the Israelites, man. Right. I don't care what Jonathan did. I don't care if I got his sons, none of that. I'm finna just take out the whole nation of Israel, man. Right? But when as Jonathan was coming to go conquer Israel, a great snow fell, a great snowstorm hit him, man. That was the Most High, man. He wasn't playing with it, man. Right. Let Typhon know, look, you can't touch my chosen one, man. Right? No matter what you do.
So I mean, verse 21. Now they that were in the towers sent messengers unto Typhon, to the end that he should hasten his coming unto them by the wilderness, and send them victuals. Therefore Typhon made ready all his horsemen to come that night. But there fell a very great snow, by reason whereof he came not. So he departed and came into the country of Gilead.
So he had to go into the country of Gilead, man, because this great winter storm, right?
Verse 23. And when he came near to Bas-Kamah, he slew Jonathan, who was buried there.
So he came to Bas-Kamah and he slew Jonathan, man. He killed his brother, man. Because he seen that he couldn't touch Israel the way that he wanted to. So it vexed his spirit. So he said, you know what, I'm going to just kill Jonathan. I'm going to just take him out. So he killed him, right?
Verse 24. Afterward, Typhon returned and went into his own land.
So then he went back to his own land.
Then sent Simon and took bones of Jonathan his brother and buried them in Madin.
the city of his fathers. And all Israel made great lamentation for him and bewailed him many days.
So man, like the scriptures say, man, you gotta honor the dead and you gotta bury him. So Jonathan honored his brother. He buried him. He got the bones from Tryphon and what's that city called? In Gaza, right? He got those bones, and he made a memorial of his brother, right?
Simon also built a monument upon the sepulchre of his father and his brethren, and raised it along to the site, with hewn stones behind and before. Moreover, he set up 7 pyramids, one against another, for his father and his mother and his 4 brothers.
So he set up a sepulchre by the water, man. So when you selling, you see these 7 pyramids that represent his brother and his father and the children, man. Right?
Bring it out.
Verse 29. In these he made cunning devices, about the which he set great pillars, and upon the pillars he made all their armor for perpetual memory, and by the armor ships carved, that they might be seen of all that sail on the sea.
That's right.
This is the
sepulchre,
which he made a body, and it standeth yet unto this day. Now Tryphon dwelt deceitfully with the young king Antiochus and slew him.
You see that?
You see that?
He slew. That's how you know that Jonathan wasn't going off, because the dude was wicked as hell. He even slew his own brother, man. You see that?
Verse 32. And he reigned in his stead and crowned himself king of Asia, and brought a great calamity upon the land. Then Simon built up the strongholds in Judea, and fenced them about with high towers, and great walls, and gates, bars, and laid up victuals therein. Moreover, Simon chose men, and sent to King Demetrius, to the end he should give the land in immunity, because all the Tryphon did was to spoil.
So Simon sent man to Demetrius. He was like, "Look, man, let's just patch this up, man, because Tryphon going off, man. We gonna cause everything to spoil, man. He just going around slaughtering, killing, man. The same nature of Esau, man. That market Cain, man. Right.
So Demetrius is an Edomite, but he was.
He cleaved to the house of Jacob.
Tryphon went and killed Antiochus, so he was gonna come for Demetrius too.
Right.
So Simon, man, sent the letter to Demetrius like, yo, listen, man, he coming to spoil y'all, man. He want to come try y'all. He was smart with that, but that's the Most High dealing with him, though. Keep going.
Unto whom King Demetrius answered and wrote after this manner. Verse 36. King Demetrius unto Simon the high priest, and friend of kings, as also unto the elders and nations of the Jews, send a greeting. Verse 37. The golden crown, the scarlet robe, which he sent unto us, we have received, and we are ready to make a steadfast peace with you. And to write unto our officers to confirm the immunities which we have granted.
Hey, Salakia, and you guess what? That's what's going on today, man. With the stimulus check and everything, they just like kind of giving us everything, man. They're like, hey, man, y'all can just have it, man.
And why is that?
Because they know the Israelites waking up.
Listen, why is that? Because they actually fighting with the other brothers, the Edomites, when this Magog.
Oh yeah,
the Russians.
House divided together can't stand.
Right, and the other Edomite nations, they fighting against them. So they're trying to keep everything running in America, you feel what I'm saying? Giving you little stimulus checks, you know what I'm saying? Keeping the economy going, right? When they really fight against their own brothers. They wicked as hell.
Wicked, man.
Keep going, King.
Verse 38. And whatsoever covenant we have made with you shall stand. And the strongholds which ye have builded
shall be your own. As for any oversight or fault committed unto this day, we forgive it, and the crown tax also, which ye owe us. And if there were any other tribute paid in Jerusalem, it shall no more be paid.
Man, so that's like Jeremiah was saying, man. That's the same thing that's gonna happen today, man. With these damn heathens, man. These Edomites, man. They gonna start cleaving on to us, man. They gonna say all that in the past, man. Hey, man, let's just pass it on. Let's cleave to the house of Jacob, man. Right? Most like God coming back down to true Jews.
Teach,
right? Prophecy unfolding.
Verse 40. And I look who are met among you to be in your court, in our court. Let them be enrobed, and let there be peace betwixt us. Thus the yoke of the heathen was taken away from Israel in the 107th year. Then the people of Israel began to write in their instruments and contracts in the first year of Simon the high priest, the governor and leader of the Jews.
Come on, man. So now, because King Simon was full of wisdom in the spirit, man, he's able to get that yoke of iron off of Jerusalem, man. Right? Because he went to King Demetrius, right? He dealt with them accordingly, right? And then he was able to, hey, man, they wanted to solve things up, patch it all up, man.
Teach,
right?
Bring it out.
Verse 43. In those days, Simon camped against Gaza and besieged it around about. He made also an engine of war and set it by the city and battered a certain tower and took it.
Come on, so now he in Gaza, right? And you see the heathens setting up. So he created an instrument of war, man. Right? Something that he was going to be able to go in there and just take these heathens out, man. Right?
Verse 44. And they that were in the engine leaped into the city, whereupon there was a great uproar in the city. And so much as the people of the city rent their clothes and climbed upon the walls with their wives and children.
So he created this, he created a, what's the word, King? What did he say? He created an
engine of war?
An engine of war, man. Right? He put them brothers on one of those things that you see in the movies. Was it the Trojan, right?
Some big ass things where they got the, where you stand on and you shoot the
arrow. Yeah, you push them straight in.
It's like a battle, it's like a
moving battleship. A men battle, moving battleship, man.
Right? It's a movie called Machine Engine or
I know what you're talking about. Machine. Where they like just driving around all the time.
And they make their whole civilization off of a building that moves.
So that's what Simon created with the Israelites, man.
What verse you had?
Yeah, 45.
45? Yo, listen. This is crazy. Go ahead.
Hold on, Salaki, I don't mean to. Real quick. So can you imagine that? Brothers jumping out of an engine of war, right? Just leaping out of there. And all the heathens taking flight, man. Oh, they go to the Lord, the men of the Lord. He said they was climbing up buildings, grabbing their women and children. They was hauling ass. They was getting out of there, man. Yeah.
Simon, stop, man. What can we do, man? We sorry.
Hey, Salakia, all y'all pay attention to what's really going on, right? This is what we celebrate tonight.
Right.
Okay, no, but just go back and do that again, because I want to hear and understand what y'all.
Listen, hold on. It's what we about to get really into it right now. Like, we about to get into the real meaning of what we celebrate.
Right now, yeah.
First Maccabees, chapter 13, verse 45.
You want to highlight the whole chapter 13.
It's only like 10 verses left.
Yeah.
It's over. It's about over, yeah.
First Maccabees, chapter 1, First Maccabees, chapter 13, verse 45.
Bring it out.
And so much as the people of the city rent their clothes and climb upon the walls with their wives and children and cried with a loud voice, beseeching Simon to grant them peace.
Come on, man. And that's gonna happen, man. The Most High God gonna put that spirit on the Israelites, man. Right as soon as he tear this place up, man, after he sent forth many fishers, man, he gonna send many hunters. Man.
That's right.
And we gonna hunt Esau out of them holes, man.
Right.
Right?
And they said, deal not with us according to our wickedness, but according to thy mercy. So Simon was appeased toward them and fought no more against them but put them out of the city, and cleanse the houses wherein the idols were, and so enter into it with psalms and thanksgiving.
Man, so Simon was overwhelmed, man. All he wanted to do was just bring back prosperity and peace to the nation of Israel, man. Right?
Salaka, he took over the heathen's houses after he conquered it.
Spoiled.
He had mercy. He had mercy on the heathen, right? They wouldn't do that to us. He let them go on about their business, and he took over their houses and cleansed them with righteousness, man. Right? He took all their idols out the houses, and he cleansed them with righteousness, man. Right? So this is Simon we talking about, right? Watch it.
And again, that's what we're going to do in the last days, man. It said that the strangers shall cleave unto thee, and we're going to put them in their place, man. They're going to have to either, they're going to get put in their place, or they're going to have to get down, man.
Bring it up.
Right?
Verse 48. Yeah, he put all uncleanness out of it, and placed such men there as would keep the law.
What?
As would keep the law.
And then only the Israelites that keep the law can be the ones that save, man. Right?
And made it stronger than it was before, and built therein a dwelling place for himself.
That's what the scriptures say, man. What's coming next can't be compared to the things that we've been through, man. Right? So when we get that new Jerusalem, that new house of Israel, man, it's going to be 2 times stronger than what it is today, man. Right?
Verse 49. They also of the tower in Jerusalem were kept so straight that they could neither come forth nor go into the country, nor buy nor sell. Wherefore they were in great distress, for want of victuals, and a great number of them perished through famine.
Oh, man. So the Israelites was dying through famine.
The Israelites weren't dying through famine. Those heathens that they kicked out of the land, they was dying through famine because they ain't had no victuals, right? They ain't had nothing to eat. Victuals, yeah, that's like a food stand. It's like a place where you go get your food at, man, right? So they didn't have they didn't have nothing to eat because we kicked them out of their land, and we set up our things and our
kind of set up shop,
customs.
man.
We set up shop.
Hey, we hit a lick, man. We hit a big lick.
But it was in righteousness though. They was wicked.
God.
Right? Bring it up.
But when you look at the prophecies that's going to be fulfilled when that Jacob trouble, the famine of food, but the famine of the word, Israel was going to prosper at that time. When you look at that situation, especially the ones that's in the truth, there's going to be people that's not in the truth, that you're going to have a famine of food, but a famine of the word. You're going to be cleaving to your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your aunts, like, yo, where them brothers at on the corner? And at the end, the ones that's in the truth, we're going to eat good, and we're going to have the word with us. You feel me? So,
also, Revelations 18:3, man, come up out of her, man. You're going to receive none of her plagues, man.
Bring it out.
Right?
Verse 49.
No, 50.
Oh, yeah, verse 50. I know, I was trying to make sure y'all was paying attention.
5 more verses.
Verse 50. Then cried they to Simon, beseeching him to be at one with them, which thing he granted them. And when he had put them out from thence, he cleansed the tower from pollutions.
Right.
And entered into it the 23rd day of the 2nd month, in the 171st year.
Right.
Y'all gotta highlight that, man. That's today, man.
That's right.
Right?
That's
the
right.
2nd month, right?
Well,
what's the feast? How you say it, King? Apis? How you say it? Ziph. Khan.
So Salaki,
March 27th.
This is what we celebrate right now. Our forefathers, right? Simon's Maccabees taking over, man, taking over these heathens, man, right? And coming in and doing it in righteousness, right?
Right.
He had mercy on the heathens.
Revenge.
He could have slayed them if he wanted to, right? Right, because if y'all go back into the Maccabee chapter 1 and 2, they were slaying us for circumcising our children, man.
Or keeping the Sabbath.
They was cutting our ears, our babies' ears. They was killing our babies and making us wear our babies' ears around our neck.
Like a chain. Yeah, like a necklace. Yeah.
It's a necklace, man.
Yep.
Right?
If you wasn't killing the unclean animal.
Yeah, they were killing
or if you was caught keeping the Lord's Sabbath.
Keeping the commandments, they would kill your your children and make you wear their ears around your neck, bro.
Esau, man.
And that's why when you see the video game Assassin's Creed, they got that story off of. But they want to tell you Assassin's Creed, but we were the first assassin killing heathens. Things that they was
And guess what?
Bring it out.
So we was the assassin.
Guess what? The Avengers. That's the Maccabees. They coming back to avenge, man. You see that? So Esau know what's going on. The so-called white men been stealing our story for the longest, twisting it and putting it in their own version, man.
They can't get no story without our biblical facts. When you talk about spiritual powers, Edomite wanted to be a Superman. That's why he made a Caucasian. But how do us being black, you know, it get us darker with, you know, being melon. But you get a white man that gets sunburned and he get power from the sun.
You see that?
That's ass backwards to show you we get.
His name is called love.
Yeah.
Praises, right?
We get shit from the sun. You know, our kryptonite is not following the Most High law.
Teach,
That's what makes us weak when we don't follow the Most High laws. That's our kryptonite. But the Most High, the whole, how He made the world for our sake, that gives us strength. But we can't have strength if we not into these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
It make us weak when we don't cleave onto them.
Bring it out.
So we're supposed to cleave onto these laws, statutes, and commandments so that we would be moving like a Superman. But it was not no Superman because our kryptonite is tearing us down. We don't want to apply ourselves to the scripture.
We rather follow the ways of our enemies.
Right.
Look at that in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31.
Yeah.
So
Please the flesh.
It's 1 Kings chapter 6 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
And it came to pass in the 418th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the 4th year of Solomon's reign over Israel, in the month Ziph, which is the 2nd month, that he begins to build the house of the Lord.
He said the 2nd month Ziph, man. So this month is the 2nd month Ziph, man.
That's right.
Right?
Bring it out.
Bring that out, King.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31, and it reads, Envy thou not the oppressor.
Envy what?
Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
So we're not going to choose none of his ways. We're not going to celebrate none of the holidays. We're not going to envy him because we know that our time is near, man. Right? So keep going on that Maccabees chapter 13. What verse we at?
We are at
52.
We at
52, yeah.
Bring it out.
1 Maccabees chapter 13, verse 52.
Bring it out.
He ordained also that day should be kept every year.
That's
that
right.
It should be kept every year.
You hear
That's
that,
a start,
y'all?
man.
Bring it out again.
That's a start. Verse 52, man.
Bring it out again.
1 Maccabees chapter 13, verse 52.
Bring it out.
He ordained also that day should be kept every year with gladness. Moreover, the hill of the temple that was by the tower.
Salakia, go back to 51 real quick, King.
Bring it out.
1 Maccabees chapter 13, verse 51. And enter into it the 23 day of the 2nd month, in the 171st year, with thanksgiving and branches of palm trees.
So with Thanksgiving, we come together, giving thanks to one another.
Unfortunately, we don't got the palm trees.
Thanking the Most High God for bringing us together, right? Keeping us in the faith, keeping us in spirit, right?
And branches of palm trees, and with harps, and with cymbals, symbols, and with vows and hymns and songs, because there was destroyed a great enemy out of Israel.
So we celebrate, man. We come together, right? We got the symbols, right? All the music instruments, man. We celebrate, man. Right?
That's right.
Some gospel
We're gonna bring
music.
some
Salakia, hold on.
Some
Salakia,
truth
we
music
definitely
up.
gonna do some truth music tonight.
We're
gonna do some truth music tonight. It's a celebration tonight.
We're gonna celebrate, man, in remembrance to the Maccabees, man.
Right, get us a little drinky drink.
Right, it's a beautiful thing to keep these
Maybe a little head dog.
Right?
Because the verse said, because there was destroyed a great enemy out of Israel. Now I want y'all to know that the heathen did these things, not to take away from what the Aki's bringing out some powerful points. But if you go to Lamentations chapter 5, verse 1 to 11, I am telling you, you're going to understand that these heathens did what verse 11 says. They ravished the women of Zion and the maid in the cities of Judah.
My brother got a good question.
Hold on, we got you. So in slavery and before slavery, the heathen been doing profane things to our people.
Come on.
So they had sex with our women, our wives in Israel, and laid with our maids in Judah, destroyed our home city. Then when you sit there and wait for the next chapters, when you see that in Habakkuk and Nahum, they came and made lies and robberies in different cities.
That's right.
Anywhere where Israelites was at, we got more disrespected. You show me where they say biblically that Esau went to go rape and destroy their women in Moab. But in Israel, Israel was a hallowed land. Moab was not hallowed. America was not hallowed. Israel and Judah, Jerusalem was hallowed for the Most High, because what it say in Psalms, he made all things for himself. So for them to lay with our women and ravish our women and our maids, there's no way you can trust any profane person, like it says in Sirach. You can't trust Esau, who was a profane person.
Bring it up.
Why you in the spirit?
Verse 52 in First Maccabees.
Did you have a question, King?
So every 3rd or 20th day, that's when you have the feast.
Every the 23rd of the second month.
23rd of the second month.
Of year, each year. Like, remember when we was in Atlanta? That was the Passover. A few days before the Passover was the New Year.
April
so now
was the beginning of the
it's
year.
The second month, the 23rd day.
Yeah, 52.
See
March will be the second month.
Yeah.
April the first month of B, that's Exodus 12 and 2, the beginning of the year, which is spring, so when things is blossoming. And then this is a zip, which is the second month. So we celebrate that on the second month of 28 days.
Good question. That was a good question.
You got a question?
For limitation, it's chapter 5, verse 1 all the way to 11. You'll hear what the heathens had did upon our people.
Bring it up.
Take my seat, because I know how fast you is.
Yeah, 52.
Verse 52. He ordained also that day should be kept every year with gladness.
Right.
Moreover, the hill of the temple that was by the tower, he made stronger than it was. And there he dwelt himself with his company. Verse 53. And when Simon saw that John, his son, was a valiant man, he made him a captain of all the hosts. And he dwelt in Gazara.
So
Vigilant,
man.
Vigilant man.
Right, he was a vigilant man. He was full of wisdom and understanding. Right, he let the Lord maneuver through him. Right, and man, that should go to show you, man. You gotta be 10 toes in this thing, man. Most High have an assignment for you that you don't even know, man. Right, and anybody can get taken out this thing, so you gotta be ready.
And Salakia,
no matter what, man.
The word vigilant means man of war. You know what I'm saying? So he said, "Oh, my son, he's a stand-up man.
He a vigilant man. God said, I am a God of war, man. He raising up men of war, man. Man fit for war, man.
There you go. I was gonna say that. That's what we do every single week. That's why we diligent. We go
the scripture said, who arise to me in battle, man? Ephesians 5:11, man. Put on that whole armor of God, right? His salvation, man. Right? These law, statutes, and commandments, man. Come on.
You gonna wrap it up,
so today we gonna celebrate all the brothers and sisters getting edified, man. I hope y'all got a lesson, man. Right? And we gonna continue this thing in joyfulness and be in gladness and exhort one another, man. So with that, we gonna say, call all your help, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man.